prior to creating the lots, we're just going to split the start and finishing edges of the lots. To do this, we're going to use the option here, string split. Here we select the string and then we click on the split point. Again, select the string and click on this split point here. We'll do the same here, pick on the string and click on that split point there. Right, so we have a unique edge at the start and the end of the lots. Before we continue with the lots, we'll just turn off our vertex indices. Just click on vertex indices there. Right, we're going to now create our lots. The first method we're going to use will be design, estate lots, create lots, create lots. Here we're going to set up the model for lots, which we'll just type in lots. The view will be view 1. The lot color, we'll just select purple. We're going to type in a minimum area of 800 square meters. The minimum frontage we'll set to 8. And the area tolerance we'll leave at 0.01. So it'll iterate until it gets to within 0.01 of 800 square meters. Right, we need to pick the front, back and starting edge. So when we pick the front, we have to pick with direction. So pick up the string and accept. We click pick back, again pick with direction, up the lot and accept. When we click pick edge, we can just pick, we don't need to pick with direction. Now the first thing we're going to do is start the lot being perpendicular to the front edge. So the method will be perpendicular, and then we click front, back and pick and accept on the front. Right, we select process and you should see a lot appear. If we press process 2 more times, you'll see that it's created, in this case, 3 lots with an area of 800. If we're not happy with the third lot, and in fact we want to make it parallel to the previous edge, we can select undo. We can then change that to parallel edge and select process, and it will make it parallel to the previous edge. We're going to be using a different option to create the next lot, so we're just going to minimize the create lots panel here, and we're going to use another option. This is under design, estate lots, create lots by picking segments. The model for the lots, we can click on the icon and select lots. The color will be purple, and we're going to tick on the checkbox to join first and last segment. Now we're going to pick the sides. We're going to pick with direction, so we're going to pick this side and accept, this side and accept. There's one quite close there. Pick and accept, pick and accept again. We've picked 4 segments and we select process. That will then create a polygon and close up the last 2 points that we picked. To continue, we can just restore our create lots panel, and we're going to make the next lot similar in size to this one. If we want to know what the area is here, we can click F2 for string inquire and pick once on the lot, and you'll see it has an area of 1006 square meters. So we're going to make this one 1100. We're also going to change the method for the lot. We're going to make this pivot pick, and we're going to pick on this point here. And we also have to update the starting edge, which is now this one here. Right, we select process, and now it's created a lot at 1100 square meters. We're now going to put the minimum area back to 800, and we're going to make the method perpendicular again, and we'll pick the front, and we're going to select create 4 lots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, we might not like the shape of that last lot, so I'm just going to go undo. I'm going to change the minimum area to 900, and I'm going to make the method pivot pick. So I'm just going to pick on this point and accept. Right, we select process, and you'll see the new lot created. The next lot we're going to create will be a park. So again, we're going to minimize this panel here, and we're going to return to the previous panel, create lots by picking segments. This time the model that we're going to create will be park. We'll set the color to green, and again join first and last segment. Right, we're going to pick sides. We're going to pick and accept each side. After the last side, we select process. We can now turn on the model park, and you should see the park there. We can now select finish. We'll now continue with the lots. We'll restore the create lots panel and set the minimum area back to 800. We have to re-pick the edge, which was the previous one. We're going to click pivot pick, which should already still be there. Pick a point. We pick this point here now and select process. Right, now the next one, we're going to change the method to parallel bearing, and we're going to type in a bearing. This will be 3 degrees 45 minutes. Right, we select process, process, process. For the next lot, we're going to go back to a pivot pick, and this time we're going to pivot at the rear boundary here, pick and accept, and select process, and we'll then finish on the create lots panel. Right, for the last lot we're going to use a different option, design, estate lots, create lots by picking point inside. We select the view, which is view 1, the model for lots, the color, and we're just going to put a search distance of say 100, and that will be the distance from where we actually pick inside for it to find a corner point. Right, click pick, pick in the middle, or pick where you can see each corner, and accept. The next step is to create a lot for the road, so we're just going to finish on this panel. Now we're going to turn off two models. We're going to turn off lots and park, and we're just going to turn back on the surround model for the moment. Right, we're going to actually close off the end of the road here, but you can see it's not just a matter of clicking close. So what we're going to do firstly is we're going to actually append from this point down to this corner, then we're going to close. Right, so we're going to use the option here which says append point. We're going to pick and pick until we get the boundary string and accept, and we're going to pick on this point here and accept. Right, we can press escape, then we can close that string. So we're going to click on our road string. Right, we can now create a lot of the road. This is done by using design, estate lots, create lots from polygons. The data source will be a string. The string to convert will be the road string. The lot model will be road, and the color will be blue. Right, we can leave the include open strings unticked. We don't need to worry about that. Keep original string, yes, and we'll click process. Right, if we were to turn on the road string now, you'll see that it's created a lot in there. Right, we can select finish.